Many Western universities are able to convince Indian parents to send their child abroad for higher studies. Yes, it is true that in a globalized world there should be no restriction that keeps anybody from studying abroad. There is also no denying that developing nations should continue to improve their education infrastructure. But the biggest question that arises is, are Indian parents who are so keen to send their child abroad for education educated enough themselves about all aspects of college life in the Western nations? How many Indian parents know that in the UK, many students are forced to turn to prostitution to make ends meet? 1 in 10 students use their bodies to make money when they are short of funds. Another report by the NUS confirmed that rising tuition fees and living costs are the reason that students are turning to sex work. What is even more troublesome is that nearly half of those who do sex work feel very uncomfortable going to the police to report sexual violence at the hands of clients. The attitude of having sex for money is not completely unusual in the UK. A survey found that a total of 42% of Britons would at least consider having sex for money if the amount of money offered was large enough. In the UK, it was found in 2017 that a total of 64% of girls aged 13 to 21 had experienced sexual harassment or sexual violence at college or school in the past 12 months. It included 39% having their bra strap pulled by a boy and 27% having their skirts pulled up within the last week. Nearly 3/4 of all 16 to 18-year-olds say they hear sexual name-calling with terms such as slut or slag used towards girls at schools on a daily basis or a few times a week. In the USA, 80% of college rapes and sexual assaults go unreported to police. A study by the Association of American Universities revealed chilling details of the extent of sexual abuse in American colleges. 23% of American female college students have experienced some form of unwanted sexual contact. In France, a study which was conducted in 2 major public universities reported that 1 in 5 women are victims of sexual assault in college. No, it is not only about sexual violence. A total of 37% of college students in the USA have used an illicit drug and abused alcohol on a regular basis. A total of 38% of adults in 2017 battled an illicit drug use disorder. In terms of lost workplace productivity, crime-related costs and healthcare expenses, drug abuse and addiction cost American society more than $740 billion annually. 4 out of 5 college students in America drink alcohol. A total of 37.9% of college students in the age group of 18 to 22 were involved in binge drinking during the month before the survey. In 2001 in the USA, more than 696,000 students between the ages of 18 and 24 were assaulted by another student who had been drinking. A total of 97,000 between the ages of 18 and 24 experienced alcohol-related sexual assault or date rape. Alcohol usage has serious academic consequences. Nearly 25% of college students in America report academic consequences from drinking, which include doing poorly on exams or papers, missing class, falling behind in class, and receiving lower grades. Not only college students, but even high school students in America are engaging in various sexually risky behaviors that relate to unintended pregnancies, STIs, and HIV infections. The 2017 National YRBS revealed that nearly 10% of high school students in America have had sexual intercourse with 4 or more people. Among those who are sexually active, more than 45% did not use condoms during their last encounter of sexual intercourse. Quite disturbingly, during the 12 months before the survey, 7.4% of high school students had attempted suicide. It should be stressed that on many occasions, international students are too afraid or ashamed to speak up when they are targeted. Quite understandably, it may not be easy for them to reveal the true story of their sexual harassments to their parents back home, especially when on many occasions, parents borrow money or sell assets to send their child abroad. On some occasions, children rebel against their parents to go abroad to study in the first place. Many also fear the risk of getting deported without completing their studies. You were most likely told that Australia is one of the best destinations for international students. But did anyone tell you about the report from the Australian Human Rights Commission which revealed that 51% of students were sexually harassed in 2016? A Chinese student studying at the prestigious Australian National University was raped by an Australian student. She said, "It's the thing you will never tell your parents if it's possible to hide it. You are spending their money and coming this far away to study and you got raped. It's disgraceful." It should also be mentioned that when the Chinese student went to the Australian police to seek help, the policewoman said, "Don't worry, next time just be careful." Are these stories and facts not important enough for the parents in developing countries to know? Many of these parents have had to borrow money from banks and sell their assets on various occasions just to send their child to Western nations. Is this information not important for those parents who are keen to relocate or migrate to other countries with their children? Has the global media done enough to highlight these issues to spread awareness in general public interest? Worldwide, students must have complete freedom regarding how they want to pursue their career, but shouldn't everyone be well informed and aware of the complete scenario before they make their decision? Has the glossy image of the Western nations blinded us in some way? Hi, I am Karolina Goswami. It took you a few minutes to watch this episode, but do you realize that it took me years to compile this information and to collect data? Creating original research-based content requires a lot of hard work and money. Please come forward and support my work financially. With your financial contribution, I will be able to achieve the results faster. See you again.